Everybody entering the music industry wants to escape level one. The problem is you got 90% of the people at the bottom that's in your way and the boss at the end of level one to even get out of that sucker, just to make it to level two. Not knowing who you need to interact with really wastes your time and it slows you down. And this may cause some unwanted anxiety, like, oh my God, come on, man. Like, when is this gonna happen? You should be able to enter the game and escape level one pretty easily, but you're gonna need to know what you're gonna be up against and just what you need to look out for in that level one landscape, if you will. And that's what we're gonna talk about right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham. When I got started in this industry, I kept running into unknowledgeable people, which made navigating the bottom floor very, very hard. Picture the New York Stock Exchange, right? You see all of these people in there and it's like, how am I going to make my way through a sea of these people? Or better yet, picture yourself at a Kendrick Lamar concert and you got all these people to work through, or you're at a festival, it's going to take you forever. That's what the bottom is like. You know what I mean? I got out of there and I'm going to show you how I made that happen. Now, it's always crowded at the bottom. Believe it or not, the music industry has always been crowded. Everything is just being recorded now versus back in the day when it wasn't. So everything is scaled for the level of population and consumption. So the same thing that you're seeing today was still really going on. There's so many records, like all my producers know who go crate digging. You know that you find those records of just people who you never even heard of that have been unreleased. They don't have record companies on them. And people really were doing the same thing back in the day that they are doing now, which is not getting their business right, which is why those companies flop. So it is still crowded, just like it was. Everything has scaled, okay? You're just now seeing more of the whackness. You get what I'm saying? In order to exit this thing, you're going to have to make some noise. And if you want to find your way out of the bottoms, make some noise, a whole lot of noise. And the bottoms will naturally kick you out simply because you don't match their frequency of whackness, right? You got better than them. And you're going to find your way out through quality and or quantity, or really both, because you got to find the balance between the two. Point is, you got to make some noise. And when you make that noise, it's got to be really good noise. You get what I'm saying? That's what I did. I found my niche in the industry as a whole with this channel and educating people and with music publishing. And I said, I'm about to make some noise on this. And I did. And that's why you found me. You know what I'm saying? Quality and quantity are key. You must have a lot of quality content. Technology has made this possible. So whenever your level of quality reaches a limit on how much you can physically produce and put out is where you should be. All right, let me read that again. Wherever your level of quality reaches a limit on how much you can physically produce and put out, this is where you should be, okay? If you want to stand out, there will be no excuse for having a terrible presentation. You have no choice. So if it's like when I was in high school, I'm showing my age, Afro Man came out. It was the most terrible song, but for some reason, I mean, they blasted that song. I mean, you couldn't help but to hear it. And it was terrible, but somehow it was quality. There was quality mixed in with the terrible bits of it, and it worked. So if that's where you are, that's where you are. Point is, if you're going to make terrible stuff, make it quality. Make it terribly quality. You know what I mean? Professionalism is key. This is your next step. Because many of the people at the bottom don't know how to really have a business set up. Hence this 60-day record label course I'll get into later. Outside of creation, when you're interacting within the music industry, be professional as possible and keep it business between everybody. Don't take anything personally in the music business because after all, it's just business. And if there's something that doesn't move your soul the right way, back away because in the end, it's your life and not theirs. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Stop wasting your time because that's something that you can't get back. If you're wasting your time with people thinking, oh man, we're going to start a writing camp, a production crew, yada, yada, yada. If everybody's goals ain't on the same playing field, if everybody's not moving together cohesively, then it's not the team that you want to be on. You understand what I'm saying? So don't take none of this stuff personally. Self-preservation is key in this game. If you're playing Zelda, you're not trying to, make what's those little spiky things in the first NES edition of Zelda, those little spiky things that shoot stuff at you. You're not trying to say, oh, come on, little buddy. I just want to make sure you get on the right path. And he's shooting stuff at you. You know what I'm saying? You're not just, come on, Bowser. Let's do this thing together. We can really make a great kingdom for everybody in the Mushroom Kingdom. No, we're not trying to do that. It's self-preservation. I'm trying to take out Bowser and all those monsters in Zelda. You see what I'm saying? So professionalism is key, but self-preservation is first, baby. Every level has a boss. Everything you do at level 1 will not be the same at level 2. It takes skill to beat the level 1 boss, and you may need some of those tactics in level 2, but ultimately new skills will be required. So if you ever get that plateauing feeling, level up your skills again. It means that you're not being challenged enough. You're not challenging yourself. You're not pushing yourself enough. When you start to push yourself, you start to rise to the occasion, and you go above and beyond it, and then voila, you're at level 3 now. Because if there's one thing I know, that at level 2, things started to get a lot quieter. I got to level 3. I'm like, yo, hey, money rolling in, baby. It's happening, but I'm losing friends. I'm losing people. What's going on? You know what I mean? And it starts to get a little bit lonely up there, man. Everybody ain't climbing to this mountaintop. You see what I'm saying? 90% of the bottom doesn't matter. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, they are supportive. The 90% at the bottom is the support that you stand on top of. And that's just what it is. So you can't disrespect the bottom. You still have to make sure they get the respect they deserve for being the population and who they are. Because you are a member of the population too. Regardless, you're no bigger than anybody else. You're just on a different frequency than everybody else. And most people at the bottom are hobbyists. And you'll know this because they don't have any drive or goals to succeed without you. Like they need you to succeed. And their drive must exist without the presence of anyone else. All right? That's how you know that they're going to come to level 2 with you. But if they need you to succeed, they're probably going to stay at the bottom because they haven't figured out what's their driving factor yet. So when you find this person, combine your desires for success together to become a powerhouse. That's the person who has goals and drive, right? You need another person who has goals to move forward. And that's going in the same direction you're going. Like you're getting a ride. Hey, man, you going my way? Yeah, I'm going your way. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? Side note, if you don't have any drive, you're part of the 90%. So you need to figure out what you want to do. Go back to the goals videos I've had earlier a few weeks ago, and then we'll get moving forward. Now, every person doesn't deserve a chance to do business with you. And that's just it. When we're in the bottom phases of things, we're going to mixers, networking events, open mics, beat battles, your press play events where you just plug in the aux cord and all of that. You'll be at all of these functions. Everybody's going to meet you. They're going to say, oh, man, this is great. This is dope. We need to get together. We need to work. Let's link up. Let's do that, man. No. I mean, yes, you need to figure out who you need to work with. But again, we got to go back to we got to figure out who has the drive to really go forward. It's going to be a little bit. So it's going to be a task. You know what I'm saying? So you want to find out what they have to offer. And if they are not going your way or can't help you get to the next stop, then leave them very quickly. Just have a quick conversation very quickly. Hey, man, what are your goals and dreams in this industry? What have you done to, move closer to those goals? And when you start asking questions like that, if people can't really give you real answers, then they're not trying to get out. You know what I mean? Now, wow, this is quite blunt, don't you think? No, there are a lot of whack people at the bottom. Do you want to waste your time with them or not? See what I'm saying? Now, this doesn't leave many people to work with. Well, I know, but it's just the way it is. That's why they say it's small at the top. See, it's kind of like high school. You start out with the freshman class and it's very large. You get to 10th grade, it dwindled a little bit. Some people went missing. Obviously, they dropped out. You get to your junior year, really starts to slim down. You get to your senior year, it is really slim. Same thing with college. You know what I mean? Same thing there. And it's the same thing everywhere. You're climbing a pyramid to the top. And when you get there, you realize it's not that many people because it takes a lot of energy, a lot of fire, a lot of willpower to get there. Now, while you're on the bottom, you're going to need something to build because when you get to level 2, it's going to be even more difficult to build this. Now, this is what you need as your foundation. It's a 60-day record label course. It's a 60-day step-by-step framework to get your game on track and not you pushed to the back. All right. The key points in this course is that LLC setup and the bank account setup, which a lot of you all are fearful of doing because you're so creative that you don't know anything about business. Don't worry, I got you. And I know a lot of you all may just have your writer's account at BMI or ASCAP and you don't have both set up, But even if you screwed anything up at ASCAP and BMI, we're going to straighten it out in this course right here. Also, I'm going to get your domestic and international publishing royalties sent directly to some of the accounts that we need to sign up with within the course. And there are producer contracts in there, contract templates, split sheet templates, and all of that stuff within the course. Plus, there are more things coming to this course. This course will be continuously updated. It's just $275 with 5 easy payments of $55. I know you was asking how much is this thing. Not a lot. Not an arm, not a leg, not a toe, or not a brain. You get what I'm saying? Because I need you to have your brain to make it happen, right? Drive this music industry insane, baby. Anyway, after you're done with that, let's develop your strategy. Book a 1-hour call with me so we can get your marketing plan together. Because contrary to popular belief, marketing and promotion are 2 different things. They're separate things, all right? Call me, or if you have general questions and you want to book a call, great. But I really want you to get into that 60-day record label course. If you're new to this channel, grab the free stuff below, explore it, see what it's about, see what I'm about, see what everybody else is raving about in the comments down below, right? All in all, everybody, you got to escape the bottom. The best way to do it is to watch out who you're linking up with and networking with. They got to have the same drive that you have, because if they don't, we will be stuck on the bottom and you'll be going through all of these different people. All right. I know there's going to be a lot of talented people at the bottom. I know it, but we need to find the people who aren't necessarily 10s, and we need to find those 7.5 people, because those 7.5 people creatively are the ones that are really going to go forward with us. You get what I'm saying? Those people are the ones that are going to have enough room for drive. If they got so much creativity and no drive, it's probably not going to happen. I'm going to just be frank with you. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, if you make music, you should always make money. Music Money Makers, jump into the 60-day record label course. Book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com. Grab the free stuff below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.